So today I'm going to be talking about drones, specifically their usage in China. So the term drone usually refers to an unpiloted aircraft. They're sometimes referred to as UAVs, which stands for unmanned aerial vehicles. These crafts can carry out an impressive range of tasks, ranging from military operations to package delivery. They could be as large as a regular aircraft or as small as the palm of your hand. So, who is using drones? Every country at this point is pretty much employing drones in some way or fashion. Um, One specific position that uses drones in an everyday context is the position of UAV operator. The UAV operator just drives the drones. They It's pretty self-explanatory. They operate the drones and make sure they fly in the proper areas and monitor the feedback and the data coming in through them. The typical salary for a UAV operator can range anywhere from $35,000 to $55,000 annually, depending on where you are. To be a UAV operator, you do have to take some preliminary training courses, but there's no degree required usually. If I were to do a job using a drone, I prefer to do real estate surveying and like taking footage of real estate properties and selling that footage to brokers. So where are they using drones? Everywhere, pretty much. Three very specific sectors where they're using drones are, firstly, military, which is they use the drones there for surveillance missions as well as delivering parcels to people in isolated areas. And secondly, real estate, like I talked about earlier, surveying different plots of land and promotions. And then thirdly, agriculture. And drones can be used for agriculture in a way that there are drones that can spray pesticides on fields. So airplanes aren't required to spray. You can just use a drone, as well as taking video footage of fields to monitor crops and the way that they're growing. So now I'm going to be doing a SWOT analysis of drones in regards to the National Guard's usage of them. So when it comes to strengths, drones will definitely reduce the risk of pilot casualties in the National Guard. Also, it will reduce manual labor because a lot of pilots will be able to just fly remotely. Drones also cover a much larger much larger area than ground vehicles without the trouble of taking off a helicopter or an airplane. The weaknesses of drones and concern to the National Guard is the risk of vital technical errors when using weaponized drones, the risk of wandering into a hostile airspace unknowingly, as well as different regulations for spying and airspace in certain countries. The opportunities that drones bring about for the National Guard is the opportunity to observe and report in hostile areas without the risk of pilot casualties, the opportunity to deliver supplies to more remote or isolated areas, and a wider span of surveillance capabilities. So as far as the threats go for drones and concern to the National Guard, the threat to pilot job opportunities in the future of UAVs is kind of present because as drones become more prevalent, more pilots are worried that their jobs are going to be taken by these machines. Also, threats concerning the identification of drones. Say if a drone were to enter an area where it was unrecognized, it could be shot down or taken as a threat from another country. And also threats concerning other countries using drones against us. So that would be the competitor in other countries, like our adversaries, using drones in a way that is counterproductive towards us. So when are drones being used and implemented? Right now. Right now, drones are more prevalent than they've ever been, and every day the prevalence of drones is growing more and more. So now I'm going to talk about some sustainable development goals that drones can solve in China. So the first sustainable development goal I'm going to talk about is zero hunger. Drones have the capability of delivering food parcels to more remote areas that aren't able to receive food otherwise. So these drones are doing a great thing that it's something that wasn't able to be done before really this easily. And since there are so many drones and you can acquire so many of them, food could be distributed across a very vast area. So the second SDG I'm going to talk about is quality education. Drones can record footage of isolated and hard to access areas to allow the public to be better educated about the environment. Like, this footage could be used in the classroom setting as well as posted on social media for everybody to see. You know, volcano footage or footage of forest fires, or just things to educate the public about areas they wouldn't be able to see without this drone technology. And the third SDG I'm going to talk about is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Drones create a huge industry opportunity as the demand for drones is growing every day. Their innovation is allowing governments and businesses to access opportunities that weren't available before. Drones are capable of observing and monitoring actual infrastructure too, like bridges and roads, and in turn becoming a part of the infrastructure itself. So now I'm going to tell you 2 truths and 1 lie about drones in China. So, number 1, flying a drone in China is illegal. Number 2, the US government purchases Chinese drones. And number 3, DJI is the top drone company in China and the world. That's it for this video. Thank you.